interesting guests. So we have Federico Pastor, and he's going to be taking us on a topic that is completely different from everything we've been having. So I'm looking forward to his session because we've not had anything like this. He's talking about report development for non-designer, Power BI 101, I think 117. And I hope he will tell us more about himself because he has a very interesting background. So he has a military background. In fact, he is dabbled into many things, you know, aviation industry, immigration. He's worked also at even what he did, you know, is a fusion of arts and technology, and you know, it's just someone who, let me just read as quickly as possible so that I can give the stage to him. So he's someone who is a lifelong learner. He's into learning as a passion. And so he's into Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL. He also tries to contribute, and that's why we are fortunate to have him here. He's also a contributor in the Maven's data community, and he, like I said, he has a military background. He studied European Studies and Sociology at London Metropolitan University. He's worked in the aviation industry, and that was where his data journey started. He's going to tell us more about his journey. I'm going to share the link of Onyx Data Community, where he's an ambassador, and also he's into so many things. I will try and share the link of Onyx Data Community and any other links. Maybe he's LinkedIn too, so you can connect with him also there. So right now, without taking too much time, I'm going to hand over the stage to him. So Federico, it's a pleasure to have you today, and the stage is yours. I'm going to stop.
Thank you, Michael.
Sharing. You're welcome. Okay, so you can share your screen.
Okay, can we see the screen properly?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, Power BI 101.117, supposed to be 007, license to impress. A lot of the question people ask me, my connection is, how do you do this report? They like, I sometimes don't like my reports. I'm not a designer. I don't have a background in design or making things cute in any way. But there is plenty of information on the internet. There are plenty of different tools that you can use to actually make a report look, between brackets, good. Most important, and I want to stress this, is that we are data analysts. So the most important is your data and your data analysis. Whether the report look better or worse is secondary. So please, when you are analyzing data, make sure your numbers are correct and your analysis is correct. Otherwise, it can be a very good looking report, but it's pointless. That is a point I wanted to make because a lot of people come to me, I would like to do the report the way you do it. And I tell them I would like to know more math, better DAX, so I can do better reports. Okay, so guys, remember, we are data analysts, we are analyzing data. That doesn't mean necessarily that the report needs to look ugly. You can make a fantastic, beautiful report and at the same time have the correct data. I don't know if LinkedIn is bringing a new set of data analysts. They are called creative report developers. Okay, there are people who have a background in UI and UX, and they are creating beautiful report, amalgamating the idea of UI and data analysis. And that's something that is new coming out. from people not just creating the normal Power BI report, but also creating beautiful report. So Michael talked about me a little bit. I wanted to mention that the military give me to be resilient. I'm a hard worker. I know the super math or clever guy in DAX. I am resilient. If I decide to learn Power BI, I go for it. And I know I had many frustration and frustrating moments in my journey. But perduring and working hard, you get better at it. Okay. And ambassador for the Only Data community. Maven Analytics, I don't know if you guys know, the Hall of Fame, and a student in the Hall of Fame. But that's what they say about me. Federico is someone who embodies dedication. And that is actually what I wanted to tell you guys. I'm not clever, I'm just determined. So you want to learn, you have to pursue and you have to keep going at it. Because this formula, this measure didn't work, don't stop there. Try to find out, go to the internet, check it out until you understand how it works. Today we are going to talk about something that, in my view, set the foundation for a proper report developer. Think about, at the moment, I don't know where you are in your Power BI journey, but at the moment we are doing quite a lot of challenges and playing with data, and we are forgetting a very important thing. Power BI is more than report development. The ecosystem of Power BI is a lot more than just report development. Report development is the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. Below that, you have adoption and deployment. You got people that specialize in data modeling and DAX. They are the DAXers. They are terrible at preparing reports, but they are really good about DAX and data modeling. Without a proper data model, your measure don't work, your report don't work. Don't forget that, guys. It's not only about making a report, you need to learn a bit about it. Power BI service and interact with these other two things, adoption and data modelers and that, because if you are going to create a report, you need to make sure the data come to you in a way that you can do what you have prepared. Now, how do you prepare a report? And recently, I used to not to be very strict on how I prepare a report, whatever report I'm working on. Now I follow processes. If you go into a work, your boss is going to tell you how he wants the report. It's not you telling him how the report is going to be. He's going to tell you, Federico, I want the KPIs, I want this metric, I don't like pie chart, I want bar chart, and I want this, that, and the other. So before somebody tell you that, you need to have a list of processes embedded in your report development to be able to, when you get out of this boss office, you know what you're going to do. Everything is set up in paper, then your report is easier to prepare. So today we are going to talk about these processes. We are going to talk about business specification, the project, the goal, the timeline. How long do I have to prepare that report? Inspiration, where do I get my inspiration, my idea? What the user of the company, whoever is paying you, like and dislike. Things and color. Thing is the overall look and feel of your Power BI report. Okay, sorry. Color palette, where do I get the color? Where do I get the inspiration? Pictures and icons, very important. It's important to use them, but they have to match. You cannot have a fill icon and mix it up with a line up icon. And then layout and template. People start using templates before they make the report. That in my view is a mistake. It might not fit. You might do the report and then take a copy of the report to PowerPoint or any other tool you're using, and over the top of the report start preparing your template. As I told you, project specifications. What is the report about it? Are we working for a accounting, a banking, a car dealership? And what they want to, the goals. What is the people employing you really are looking for in that report? Because that's what you need to concentrate. You might not like it, that is not your problem, that is the boss specification and the timeline. Remember, the more complicated the report, the more time you need. That timeline has to be prepared well in advance. Guys, clients want everything. They want everything in one page. They want 20 charts, 20 tables, 20 matrices. Okay, it's for you to start working with them about that and decide, listen, no, I cannot put that in one page. I can put in 3 or 4 pages, but what about it? And provide your ideas. Who is the report for? Everybody speak about the audience, your audience. Who is your audience? Is that a CEO? And what type of CEO? Is there a CEO that all style like Excel tables or a printed copy of the report? Is a CEO that is all the time moving, therefore you need to prepare something on a mobile phone so he can check it out? Is this guy a data whiz, and therefore you can start working more complicated graph and charts? Is management, senior management, middle management? Not all managers are going to come back to you with the same idea. The marketing manager might decide that I want my report this way. The operation manager might decide I want the report this way, and you have to actually one or bring it together or create 2 reports. Then you have teams. That is the guys that are working for the managers, and they need to look at that information all the time to make or to pass decisions. What is the maturity? How much do they know about data? If you decide to do a bubble chart where everything is clustered together, do you think that everybody will understand it? As you say your question, and if you put it to the public, again, probably to present to the public generally is the most complicated of the report. Why? Because everybody is an individual with different lives. So it's for you to actually try to find that information about your public, your team, your management, your executive, and come out with what they are looking for in the meaningful way. People sometimes tell me, Federico, yeah, it's about asking the right question. No, the right question is going to put to you by your boss. Your boss is going to tell you, okay, I got this metric. You don't need to ask any questions. The boss wants the total sales, and he wants 2 little icons, up and down, red and green, and that's what you have to present. Saying that, it's very important that before we enter or before we start doing anything, is have a proper look at the data. Everybody okay there? Give me a sign.
We're fine.
Okay, fantastic.
We're fine.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. I talk very fast sometimes, so if I do that, just tell me. Okay.
We are fine.
Thank you. Now we have who is watching the report and in what means. Is a PC, is a laptop, is a tablet, is a mobile? Because a report prepared for a mobile is not the same that a report for a PC, laptop. Is that even the laptop screen size will vary how your report can be seen. I can see now in LinkedIn a lot of reports that are resorting to use unnatural sizes or too long or too wide because they want to put 20 different charts in the report. I don't like that. I think because we are doing these challenges and we have to put all the information there, and we are resorting to just put 20 charts in a page. And for that, we have to open the size, width, width, and the height. And I don't like that. The normal format for Power BI is 16:9, and that is the size we should use. There are special occasions when you can use different sizes. If you are using infographic, for example, you might decide to go a little bit narrower and a little bit taller. But it's important that by the time you start preparing your report, you know where is the report going to be seen. PC, it's a tablet, it's mobile, and be ready to create a second version of your report that is suitable for that display mode. As I told you before, people might decide to tell you, Federico, can we also present in PowerPoint? Well, yeah, you can do that. So you need to think about how it's going to look in a PowerPoint presentation. Do we need to do Hangouts if you are presented to a team or you are presented to an audience? Will you need to print it out to provide Hangout? Do you need to send a PDF to your all-style boss that he likes tables and a PDF copy in the morning, every Monday morning? Excel table, do we need to use Excel? I mean, table, do they want that some of the report go back to Excel? So all that matter is very important by the time you are creating a report. What chart do they want? Do they like bar charts? Do they like pie charts? Do they like column charts? Filters. What filter do you want to? You want to filter everything, or you would like to see the information and filter the information in a specific with a specific filtering? How do you want the filter? You want a list? You want a drop down? You want a vertical, horizontal? Okay, by the time you leave that office, guys, you need to have all the information. With that information with you, you go to your office, you sit down and start creating your report. You know what color palette they want. You know what project specification. You know who is going to consume your report and how they are going to consume it. Let's now check. These are some of the report I had created. The only one that I like it is this one from COVID-19. I think that is quite actually good looking. Inspiration. My inspiration can normally from going to Google and type dashboard, report, data analysis report. Go to images and start looking for a layout, for a color palette, for something that says, okay, yes, I like that. Another thing we need to take into account is who or what the company I'm working for do. If we're talking about a car, second-hand car dealership, we need to base our theme color palette in the area of work, cars. What about if we are working for a toy company? We need to come with a different idea. What about if we are working for a cosmetic brand? So all that is part of your investigation into what I'm going to do for inspiration. There are a lot of resources on the internet. The last page of the report have quite a lot of links that you can use to search for inspiration. Do we know this, guys? That where you customize in Power BI if I can open it. Okay, that is that. Okay. The three first colors are the primary color. That is the colors that are going to appear in your chart and graph as soon as you put it into the view. There is a company called Numero. It is in my link. They have fantastic documentation that you can download in PDF regarding how to configure your thing and your view in Power BI. But you got the theme color, you got header, text, slicers, sentiment and divergent colors. That when you create, you go to a chart and decide to use a measure of different colors. And then you have advanced colors. If you are applying a color palette, you have to follow this pattern that you can see here in the screen. Do you know, guys, Power Toys? Michael?
Yes.
Yes, everybody there? It simply it's a Microsoft little tool that I love because it allows me to do that. And I can now go everywhere and pick up the color. You can go to the second screen, you go to the website, whatever you are now picking a color, and Power Toy allow you to, it's a color picker. Because before we used to go to the chart we wanted with the right color, copy the hex code, go to the other chart and put it in there. Now we can do that when you click, that little tell you, okay, copy the hex, and you take it to your chart. It's quite good. It's called Power Toys, I think it is. Okay. Photos and icons. Guys, photos are to be used. I like using photos, but we need to understand the photo has to be significant to the report you are creating. What size of the photo? I don't like to use background photos because it takes the whole canvas and overshadow the chart and the information. So if you're using a photo as a background, make sure you tone it down so the chart can be seen properly, or create background in the chart so they can be seen better than the photo. And check out when you go to LinkedIn and you see report with photo in the background. If the information is clear to you, okay. If the information is not clear to you, that photo is not rightly put. Okay. Icons, guys. Again, if we are using icon, we need to use a set of icons that are equal. Okay, you cannot use different icons, one with color, another one without color, one is line up, the other one is fill up. You have to make sure you find the right icon set and apply the same style. Okay, and again, the last page of this report has quite a lot of links and that you will see later on. Layout, guys, simple. That on the left is from Onyx Data, is from Leon Gordon. I think Leon is coming next week to talk to you about machine learning. And that was created by him. Look at that, how simple, how beautiful. Look at the icons. Look at the color palette. Simple, is toned down, is pastel colors. There is nothing complicated, but it made the report beautiful. The photo, the way he put the photo in the report, just make it stand out. This is Zoe Douglas. Anyone knows Zoe? Zoe is a great developer. She presented this for a challenge. But again, look at the use of the icons, the color palette, the formation in the report, and you can see that everything matches to perfection. You got plenty of color, but they are not kicking you in your eyes with the colors. And again, guys, if you are going to prepare a layout or a template, do the report first, take the report to PowerPoint, and over the top you build your layout or template. Believe me, I have done the other way. I go into PowerPoint, I prepare my layout, and then when I bring it to Power BI, it doesn't actually fit what I try to do. So I have to go back to PowerPoint, prepare the report, and then you take it to PowerPoint, Figma. I use a different Affinity Designer. You go Adobe XD, you got plenty of tools that help you to do so. Okay, remember I told you before that you need to think about who is the organization you are working for. A report doesn't need to be ugly. That is an example. Sorry about the chart, I just put some chart in there, but it's a cosmetic brand. They are selling anti-wrinkle, hair product, face cream, lipstick in all these countries, well defined there. You got this beautiful model as a picture, all the data is there, and the report provides you information and is not ugly at all. And it works. It's not just beauty because it's beauty, just because the control of the color and the way we choose to put the chart and the metrics, okay, go together with the design. Oh, and that's a little navigation. Let me go back because we are used to create a little arrow going right, going left, when you have 20 other ways to actually create report navigation. Again, a project can be for anything. It's not just for financials or banking or accounting. You can be working for a youth organization and they have some project and they would like to see this project reflected in a report. They want to show the nation. I want to show we are looking after our youth, and therefore I got my youth here jumping and the white project. Sorry, I didn't know what to do with the grass, so I put pie chart. I love pie charts. So don't allow anybody to criticize pie chart. Okay, and it's well defined. There you go. You're working for a Mercedes. They want to create a report and they want you to give a website kind of style. Okay, that's your navigation bar. When you go to this page, this will come here. When you go to this page, this will come here. When you go to this page, this will come here. I put there also a filter panel for you to. Okay, but look at how good looking, in my view, it is. It's simple, it's just a photo in the background, the Mercedes, and their navigation. There are buttons with different, I don't know, I forgot the name of this. Effects, sorry. You can put, remember I told you about the icon? Okay, they follow the same format. This that is to represent what I'm going to show you in a second, but again, color is simple, it's toned down, there is nothing special. You got the scroller there to give you a bit more of deja vu. Okay, but the important thing is that, what about, yeah, but I would like it in a dark mode. There you go, that's the same, now it's dark. Okay, if you look at the bottom, I got the light thing and the dark thing. It's just a navigation. with the navigation, you go from the light mode to the dark mode. These are filters. And there is a big table that I put in there. But the idea is that for you to think about what I can do. And that is not complicated. There is no more than a page navigation button that you set up. There. Okay, it's a very simple technique. You just go transit from one page to another with a simple button and very simple to set up. Think about the possibilities. You might not like this color, choose your color. Okay, we are doing very well in time. Guys, anyone, if you want to take a picture of that, you got plenty of resources in there. Okay. You got color palette, color head, wet gradient, colors, color adult, color wheel, color scheme, color system. You got free picture and icon. All these are free. I wanted to make a mention about books. If you are like me, new to Power BI, don't buy the definitive guide to that yet. Marco Russo and Alberto Ferrari live in a different planet. They are not human. The definitive guide to that, if you are starting, will drive you crazy. The driest book I have ever read, but really good. Really good. Okay, and I have it with me, so I bought it, and I read 10 pages. And then I decided to buy this one, Supercharged Power BI by Matt Allington. And another very good book, if you are in the intermediate knowledge area of Philip Seamark, beginning that with Power BI. When you read these two, then you can go to Marco Russo and Alberto Ferrari book and try to do something about it. It's the only YouTube page that I never finished the video because they don't do Power BI, they are starting DAX Studio. And to create a KPI, it takes 20 minutes or 30 minutes for them to create a KPI. It's the best KPI in the world, nobody's complaining, but okay, I do a KPI in 5 minutes and almost worth the same, okay? They are in a different planet, okay? Then for Power Query, you go collect, combine, followed by Jill Rabbit. Power Query, very important. The more you learn about it, the better. And if you learn a little bit about the end language, it will be very beneficial for you. You don't need to be an end language expert. The user interface gives you plenty to work with. But if you learn a couple of tricks with the end language, it will be fantastic. For dashboard, the big book of dashboard, these guys are Tableau, but the book is fantastic. And I like this, look at this little book, it's still like an artist. Austin Kleon is telling us basically, listen, everything has been invented. You're not gonna bring nothing innovative, everything has been invented. We repeat what has been invented sometime before. We maybe add a couple of things, but everything has been invented. So if that's how it is, okay, and you want to create a report, check out all the report. Don't copy everything equally, but take some ideas. You might take the color palette. You might take how this guy positioned in the chart. And it's a very, very small book. It's not more than, I think, 40, 50 pages. But it's all about ideas or how to get idea from somebody else and still like an artist. Okay. Power BI tip, all my color palette, I normally bring in a, I forgot the name, I got it here, in a JSON file. I go to Power BI tip, they go a page in there that you start copying your head code and you then convert it into a JSON file and brought it up to Power BI. Learn Data Insight, this is a UK-based company. You have their question about the DA100, question about Python, Excel. It's quite good website. Access Analytics is the Ryan Hopkins in Australia, another guy that I really like a lot. Accelerator BI is from Mark Allington. Data Zoe Power BI, that is a blog of that Zoe Douglas, the one that created this report. She got fantastic, it's a blog, and she has fantastic examples, quite interesting material. It says bipolar. This guy works from Microsoft, is the guy that is coming now with all the ideas about data-driven culture. How do you approach a company? How do you convince a company to get involved? What do you need? I think it's called Matthew Roche. Yes, Matthew Roche. It's very good. Then you have, guys, community. You are part of a community, you got connection, you got friends. If you don't know anything, you can go to them and they can come to you. Okay, as I told you before, I know the best DAX person in the world. So when I need some DAX help, I go to my connection. And I say, guys, how will you take this? Okay, there are various communities. You got your community, Michael, UrBizEdge, Onyx Data, Maven Analytics, that's the guys I grow up with. They gave me their foundation of where I am today. You got Alpha AI, and then you have various Power BI user groups. Okay, that they are very, very good. Before I go to the last, that's the report that we are going to check out today. Before I go to this, I wanted to make sure we understand how important it is to have everything, if I can find here. So let's go to Power Query. And you can see I got everything set up in groups. That is my report tables. I got my calendar table. I got the data. All the report you have seen with information is coming from one data set. So I had to use my imagination with conditional column to create new project, sponsor, just project. It's one data set that was the product, I think, and I converted into some kind of cosmetic. Hello?
Are we meant to be seeing a Power Query window?
Yes.
I can't see
No,
that.
you cannot see it. You cannot see it. Okay. No worries. I'm not going to be able to show you the Power Query window, but basically what I try to explain is that if you can and you want to score, my advice, you don't have to do it, is to make sure that you follow processes, that everything is organized, that you have groups in your Power Query. One is the report tables, where you are going to put everything that is going to go into your data model. You're going to have another one that is supporting table, where you put your measure table or your parameter table. Okay, and to be organized, another thing that I do in Power Query is when I'm creating a process, I normally enter some information in the property. So if you have to go to the report and you say, well, the hell did Federico here? Okay, you just click on the information little icon. Okay, and you say, I converted this into this because of that. Okay. Can you see the data model?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Again, everything is only one data set, but everything is properly put. If I don't need the information, I get off, re-off. I don't need this count, I don't need that, I don't need that, and I don't need that because I created measure, so I don't need it. That is my report measures. And my report measures, as you can see, they are again properly set up in little folders. This organization helps you guys to become strict in your approach and a professional. If you go to anywhere and you show your report and everything is properly organized, you have a lot of advantage already because they know you know what they're doing and you are serious about it. Again, let me go to, I got this. I don't normally work in this view. That is my selection pane. Everything is named. That is the filtered panel group. That is the line chart icon, the star bar icon. Everything is properly named. So you know what you're looking for. Very important, if you have 20, 30, 40, or 50 different items in there, it becomes complicated if you do not name them. I am kind of becoming very, very picky on that. And even the icon here, I normally put it in the color of the palette. I don't know how many people do that, but I go every single chart and I do this. Because normally it's white, but the color thing and the color palette is this tan color. Let's make everything. Okay, so this is our report page, or the one I created for as a showcase. Again, it's the same data set. It's called Green Tech Group. It has a user interface in there. So here where you actually open up and you tell the client, listen, this with little arrows and little squares, this refer to sales per month, this is about project status. Okay, you provide some information to the end user. Okay. That is your panel. That is there. Okay. Can you see almost it become part of the report? And I don't like this pop-up filters anymore because it obstructs the view. I prefer to put a second square, a second rectangular line there, and put my filter nicely down there. You filter and you can see how this behaves. Working perfectly. I want to go back. Everything is back. I would like to see that in a line. There you go. I want to see that in a table because the CEO is old school. There you go. It's conditionally formatted. It changed. That is maximum, so you will see that you say, but now it's Germany who is the maximum seller in this category. And everything works with no problem at all. Can you see that little that have no name? Do you know white spaces? No? Okay, basically, you can see here, I got nothing in there. I got no name. There is a little hack. And you go to a page called white spaces, and you just copy the code and click twice in there, copy it in there, and it make the title disappear.
Whoa.
Okay. It's trying to give this zebra VI look about the report. Okay. And this bar chart is the same than this. Okay. You cannot use the same measure. You need to create a second measure. There's metric support. Let me open a little bit. Because you use the same measure and you change it to bar, sale will also change with the changes you made. So you have to create a second measure that is just sales bar is reference sales. Then you can come to formatting. No, you don't need to come here. Just come here. It's not there, it's here. Conditional formatting, data bars, and just click on show bars only. Okay. The icons, again, we are formatting. And yes, you have there, you have a specific format. Look at the format, it's quite simple. And I'm using, again, Microsoft window and semicolon that take you to the emoji tab. And here you have your icon. Okay? So you can enter emojis, arrows, symbols, funny stuff. Filter is also colored. I forgot to color that. I'm gonna kill myself in 5 minutes later on for forgetting that. Okay. Let's go back to normal. Again, quite simple report. It's make it to look good, nothing complicated. Remember, I like simplicity. For me, simplicity is equal to productivity. The more complicated you try to make your report, if it is not necessary, you are not making yourself any favors. Okay, if you can get from A to B with this, and that is properly done, that's what you use. You don't need to write a variable measure with 13 lines. That a lot of people are starting to do now in YouTube, just to say, listen, I'm gonna do this, and the first variable is total sale. Why do I need a variable for total sale? Sorry, I know, but it's because I know my limitation that I need to actually look for different ways to come out with, I'm gonna do the same, but I don't need to write 13 lines of code. Okay, yes, and that is me, guys. I'm quite easygoing and simple. I speak the way I see it. Remember, I am now in the middle of my learning. I'm not an expert. I have never considered an expert myself. I like to do things, and I like to do things well. And perhaps that is the only thing that have given me a little bit of name in the community I work with or I participate. And about us, you have the really important people. You got the rehabbing, you got the people that they are able to create a cake with 2 measures and a chart. They do unbelievable things. A lot of them pointless, but hey, quite good. Okay, so that is for me for today, guys. We have 10 minutes for any questions.
I had to mute my mic because I've been laughing really hard almost throughout the session.
If you work and you don't laugh, you are not happy in your job. Whatever you do it with a laugh, do it with satisfaction that you are happy doing what you're doing. And if driving you crazy, don't do it. Simply don't do it. Okay.
So do we have any questions from anybody in the house?
I have a question, Federico.
Okay, who is that?
Joseph.
Joseph,
here.
please.
No, thank you for the presentation. Really, it's so much good stuff in here. So thank you for that, and really practical. The question was, you mentioned LinkedIn and using that as a resource for dashboards. Where do you go to see examples of dashboards like those?
Okay, I just type Google. I think I got it here, but I'm really, really bad with things. How do I get this?
So if you're able to stop sharing, then when you want to share again, okay, let me try and take off the share. So if you stop sharing, then when you want to share again, you choose the first option from the left, the one that says entire window. So that's
I don't see that. I don't see that one here, and I don't want to mess it up. Joseph, what I do, and I have it here. I actually put it on Google. Use Google and put dashboard or Power BI report, and just click images. Okay, and you have tons. You have tons of examples of not only Power BI report. You have inspiration can come from anywhere. You can look at a website or analytic website and look how they lay out and the color palette. But I normally go to Google and I try analytic report or data analysis report. I actually, what I do, to be more precise, if I'm doing a financial report, I just write down financial dashboard. Okay, and click in images, and you will have tons of examples there for you to pick up. Is that okay, Joseph?
Yes, thank you.
No worries.
Any other questions? Balakrishna, I think you want to say something, right?
Yeah, hello Federico. Thank you for the session.
Thank you.
You have set up like a bar and table and a line in a small icon, right? How did you do that? Can you please tell us?
Okay, yeah, you mean this one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, there are two charts. They are overposed. So I'm gonna mess it up for you to see.
Okay.
So you have one in there. It's hidden. Give me a second. View and bookmark. This one is saved by country and saved by country there. So you go two charts. Okay. One overpost the other.
Okay.
Same size, and the only thing you say, okay, hide that one and show that one, or hide that one and show the other one. There are two chart overpost and controlled by a bookmark, and the same for this one.
Okay, I got your point.
You got me? There are two independent charts, one over the other, and with the hello bookmark, you show one or show the other. It's no more complicated than that.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
Great. So, any more questions from people in the house?
Can I come in?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Hello, Federico.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Timidayo.
Hi, Timidayo. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, fine. I'm fine. It's really, really, really nice having you in the house today.
Thank you.
Like, Michael, you might not know, but Federico was one of the first people I met on LinkedIn that really, really inspired me into data analytics.
Wow.
Thank you.
From his work. And I one of the things that actually moved me was you never made age a limit for you. Yes. Even though I later found out you were like a grandpa or something, maybe you're a grandpa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, you were always still competing with different competition, different projects. I was like, I can remember then when we were doing Maven Analytics Challenge, you were always one of the first people to submit, and your reports were always amazing.
Thank you. I carry on.
Okay. So I was like, always, I also want to say thank you for that. You were one of my biggest mentors. Just thank you. That was all.
I was talking to Michael about when I started doing Power BI and Excel and everything, and I refer to we are the COVID-19 data analyst children, because I didn't know what to do. I just was tell Federico, bye from the job, because I was a freelancer. The airline is not flying, plane are not flying, we don't need you, see you later. And what do I do? And I started to, I think I came across the data science and really scared the hell out of me. Data science, whoa. I'm terrible at math, guys. So, but then I saw Power BI. I think I have Power BI downloaded in my computer and deleted a few times because I opened it up and I didn't know what to do with it. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to do some Excel. And then I don't like big formulas. I like dashboarding and graph and charts and a couple of things. So I'm good in Excel. But I went more with the pivot tables and the power pivots and the data model. That took me to Power BI. Maven Analytics was fantastic, actually. I was not working, so they give me quite a lot of facilities and support. I did all the budget because I didn't have money. So I did like 10 of the budgets, 10 courses in about a month. So basically, I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning, feed the cat. Okay, I'm Power BI, Power Pivot, Excel, pivot table, SQL. Okay, all that has followed up to what we are today, and I still have like 10 courses in Udemy that I haven't finished. And carry on trying to practice, because if you are not working much and you don't practice, you lose your skills. So the only way for me to keep current is carry on studying and doing report challenges. A little trick, guys, if you are participating in challenges, do not throw your report the first. Keep it. Let's see what the other people bring and still with that, because that's what they're doing to you too. Okay, you let the big boys put the report. Yeah, come on, man. Then, and you say, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna pick from here, print from there, and do my report. I showed you before. No, I'm not kidding, and you can check it out. Not this one, not this one. No. This report of the MBA, there was one person that copied exactly. With no change, you can go and check it out. So, hey, I tell to the guy, I really like your layout. And he didn't got it. You just copy me. But guys, get your report, make sure everything is okay. Wait for the big guy to draw the guns. And then you don't want anything, like say, here you go, my friend. Okay, and throw your report. Because sometimes it's difficult to know what to put in a report. And I remember at the beginning when I started in Power BI that the chart I put on the report is the one that it looked okay for me, it looked nice. And because it looked nice, I put it there. And I think a lot of you, and we know here in Track, we are doing the same. Sometimes we don't know what to put there. And we try different charts. And it's okay, this is looking good. And that's the one I put in. No, we need now to start getting serious about processes, and I'm gonna follow, even if a challenge, even if I don't have to do anything, because I'm not making any money, I'm gonna have my data analyzed, I'm gonna have my Power Query properly organized, my measures organized, and I'm gonna follow the same step. Repetition is very important when you want to become good at something. And that's me, I learn by repetition. And I learned that by repetition. I learn about where everything is by repeating where it is. And that is if you are new, don't rush. You have I call it Power BI happy hour. So every Friday I can open a report and start playing with it without any direction. If that is my Power BI happy hour, it's my hour to do, okay, let me do crazy stuff and see what happens. Wow. And then if I'm in a challenge, I'm going to make sure I load the data into Power Query. I create my group, that everything is as I like it. I don't know if you share this out, but you see my fact data, if this one had that little asterisk underscore there, that is because I like to have my fact table on the top and the dimension at the bottom. So that FCT means fact, and I want it at the top.
Okay.
And the dimension at the bottom. So that little underscore made that to go up, but everything is organized. Yeah, I think I go and how do you call that? OCD on this by now, but everything has to be properly organized. Any more questions, guys? We are okay?
Yeah, so I think
Federico, sorry to interrupt.
No.
Could you please go to that green tag report as you shown earlier?
Sure. This one?
Yeah. In this pie chart, we are seeing like around 4 columns you have used, right?
Yes, I think I have to, yes, 4 colors. There are 4 different colors.
Yeah. So what happening in my case is if I was using like 4 different columns, it was showing only one color in the pie chart.
Yes.
Why this might happen? Could you please tell me?
I don't have the data come from one column. Okay, so the data is in one column, not 4 different colors. The reason you are having problem is because you are putting together okay, I think it is here. Can you see? That is the one we are looking at.
Yes.
Okay, so all the values you are putting in the pie chart are there. If you use different columns, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Balakrishna, I hope you're okay with the answer, because I want to go to the last set of questions.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you want to demo it. Okay, let me wait for you. I didn't know you wanted to show something.
You start using different measures and different. Can you see the Y mark? As soon as you click in one, everything, but not in this case, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, you will not be able to work it. You need to. If you click in there.
Okay.
Or become one color or don't work. Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you so much, Federico, for your time.
Okay.
Okay, so thanks a lot, Federico. So we have come to the last 2 questions. In fact, I can't wait to hear your journey. So that's why I was a bit almost rushing people to be done with your questions so that we can ask. But thanks.
No, there is no rush. I got nothing to do apart from feeding the cat.
So, okay, maybe I should just ask if anybody has a question then before I ask mine then. Okay.
One final question then. How are you doing that cool visualization on the first screen, which is very animated?
Oh, okay.
That was how did you know the first thing I talked about when I saw
that one?
Oh, really? Yes, that one.
You mean
yeah.
that is a
crazy
GIF?
one. That is the coolest screen I've ever seen, I think, for Power BI.
Okay, that if you go to the page data, because I actually found out this wallpaper thing in the. So when you go to the page there, you got wallpaper. Can you see wallpaper?
Yeah.
So that is giving me this background beyond, behind the report page. Now that's another little trick that I use. I go to the report layout, and if you look at my alignment, it's in the middle. So that brings it down to the middle. And when you move the color, it gives you some kind of transparency around, shadow. Okay.
Yes.
Normally, people normally is working this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So that gives you a different view. This kind of thing is just a GIF. Okay. And I use an application called Canva. Anyone know it?
Yeah, Canva, yes.
Canva is free, and it has plenty of GIFs that are free. You don't need to pay anything. The only thing you just it brings a page to you. You change the color, use the GIF you want to, save it as a GIF.
Okay.
And then just bring it up here. Okay. Intro to. Okay, so it's a background. Nothing here coming apart from the little button. Everything is fixed, hard coded in there.
Wow.
Is that okay? They are quite good. There is plenty of GIF that are quite used to not only GIF. Yeah, they become GIF, but you can actually do a welcome to blah 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 report, and they coming into place. So it's coming from it's coming here, they're coming here, and then coming here, and it gives a different feel to the report. Now, for me, I can look at it for a minute, then they start becoming a bit heavy with the arrow going that way, and so that is for a first impression, 20 seconds off to the next page, and that is a wallpaper.
Okay, right.
Another good thing is that you can do the filter pane. In the other one I didn't do it, but here you have it. You can adapt to the color. So there is quite a little thing that you can do here that I don't know what this filter card it is. Anyone?
No.
I don't know with that filter card. I might have to find
it. I can see it. You see that visualization hub, just by the side. I can still see the filter pin.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I need to actually try to see how this works and incorporate it. Again, you go here, you go to the button, you go to your visual header, you can change the color of that little square there. And
I see that you've changed yours actually.
It's not normally can white.
Okay?
Yeah, but you can change it. You make it, I mean, it's silliness, but important silliness, because the guy who you are preparing or working for is like, wow, even the little dot that normally can white, they are color now. And small details that in my view sometimes play a big role.
Yes.
It's that little thing that sometimes you say, wow, how do you do that? And it's not complicated, just a matter of in your Power BI happy hour on Friday, and just play with the Aram. Play with it. Get your beer, put it on your desk, and start playing with Power BI. The other day, a friend asked me, Federico, I want to do a kind of a volume bar with an average, but how do I do the top? So we created an average of one, a calculated column. We average equal 1. Okay. Then we did the average of 1 that is 1, and we added to that average measure in a stack bar chart. Okay, so now you have your normal average that is 1, and the other one that is average of 1 on top, we converted the background white, transparent, so we cannot see the normal average, but we can see that top, the average one that we created as a calculated column at the top, like a volume button that goes up and down. Okay, it just trying to play around.
Wow. Awesome. So I'm interested, we are interested, I'll generalize it, in getting to know about your journey, you know, as far back as you can go. If you want to tell us, you know, right from maybe age 1, age 2, or I don't know. We're really interested in wanting to know your unique journey, you know, to hear.
With regard to data analysis or data analysis, I'm not going to call it analytic. It sounds different for me. Data analysis. I work for a big European airline with one of the top in the world, Ryanair. I don't know if you sound familiar. It moves 140 million passengers a year, or used to move. So it's bigger than anyone in Europe. It's the biggest in Europe, the 5th in the world. My work was to analyze data on people traveling with false documents. Okay? Yeah, false document, falsified passport, falsified visas. Impersonation is when you look like another person and you try to use his passport. And the way I used to do that was by creating profiles and trends. Okay, where they're coming from, where they're going to, and when do they book? And what age they are, what document are they using, but I couldn't make sense. When I started with Power BI, my data is normal categorical, is airports and passport or national identity card. How I can actually work it out? Well, now, because I know when you are booking and when you are flying, I can put you in a category that you are between 3 to 5 days before the flight.
Yeah.
That you are between 20 and 30, that you are traveling from mainly Italy, and that you're using this specific type of document. So that was my data analysis started. And actually, I was quite good. I got a couple of police recommendations and everything. So, but because I like it. But that was I started to analyze data, but I didn't know what I know today. It was very primitive analysis. It was more in my head, the 3 to 5 day booking, that having all the data analyzed as I can do now. Now I have more data analysis mentality.
Wow.
So that was where everything started. Then COVID-19 came, as I told you before, have nothing to do. I really enjoy doing Power BI, Tableau, Excel. And then we are in lockdown. We are in lockdown. I cannot go anywhere. So the only way to relate to people, to talk to people, is LinkedIn. So from there, the community, the connection grow. Temidayo and a lot of the people that are today, hopefully here. And we connected and we created that little community with Maven Analytics, with Onyx Data. I would like to tell whoever one of my connection, I know that expert or nothing that you cannot do.
Yeah.
I'm a hard worker. I spend a lot of hours because I had nothing to do. And the only thing I have is in front of you is time, month. I started a year and a half, kind of. And that's the only thing I got in front of you, my time working with Power BI. When you are my time, I will carry on growing. You're always going to be kind of behind, like we are behind Rehaven and the guy from Ice Cube or Marco Russo. We are going to be always behind because when we learn something from them, they are ready on the next step.
Yes.
So that's where everything started. And I like to work with Tableau. I do a little bit of Tableau, but because I am a I need to visualize, I need to see. And Tableau work in a different way. In Tableau, you prepare 20 different pages, and then you put it in a dashboard canvas. And then, and I don't like that. I prefer to have my canvas and start putting everything. I can see what is going on, and by seeing, I carry on developing. Sometimes I'm working and I have no clue what I'm doing, and suddenly your mind click, and you say, okay, what about if I do this? And it works. It's that learning process and asking questions. Don't be ashamed if you are new. If there is a challenge, oh, everyone is going to laugh about my power, and who cares? You are trying your best. I'm not going to laugh because I know you are making. I can now. I think if you have been in Power BI for a little bit, you can see the stage of learning of that person just by the report. Yeah. So, hey, I was there. I was the guy that used to put 20 single value cards because I knew how to use the single value card. So I have all the report with value cards. So now when I see the saying, I say, oh, that was me. How can I tell you anything bad? So guys, participate, engage in a community. If you have somebody that you like, follow him, and if you need to ask any question, please, you know where I am on LinkedIn. Don't be ashamed. Nobody is born knowing everything. So it's a process, and wherever you are, you keep working, and you will get there.
Yes. Wow, thanks a lot. I think you've answered part of the second question, but then again, I will ask it in case there's anything extra you want to add, which is advice for people starting out now. So if there's anything extra you want to say.
Yes, if that is a very, very good question, Michael. Thank you. If I could start afresh in my data analysis journey, most probably I will do everything different. Okay, I put too much in my plate. Okay, so I will approach what I want to do. Is data analytics or data analysis, business intelligence? If I want to do that, what I need to begin with, I don't need to know if I go pivot tables. I need to learn about pivot table. You don't need to know about left, right, and mid, or all the complicated formulas. You need to know about count if, sum if, the if logical statement. You need a bunch of formulas that you need to know and how to work with pivot table. Okay, so you are starting, if you know how to work with pivot table, you can start analyzing data straight away. Okay, then Power BI is about the data modeling and the DAX. You go Power Pivot. Then my second step, okay, I'm gonna go pivot table, now Power Pivot. Again, in Excel, I'm gonna learn now to how to create a data model, how to create DAX, starting with DAX, and then I progress to Power BI. That would be my natural journey. I will go, I love Excel actually. I will go into Excel, pivot table, Power Pivot, Power BI. Choose your niche, what you want to analyze. I think the idea of everybody being able to analyze every type of data is incorrect. If you work in a marketing department, you want to know how to analyze marketing data. Yeah, you are more a financial guy, Michael. You know about bank. I don't even know how. I would never do that. I would never do that at all. But that is your niche. That's what you are best at. So concentrate on that. If you are good about business intelligence, normal metrics, selling, product, blah, blah, do that. If you are a guy who likes human resources, concentrate, particularly in that area. Become a master of that area. No a master of nothing. I know a lot of things. Yeah. Okay, I think that everybody, that is quite an old thing to say, but find your niche and what you like to do. Again, guy, think about the new guy, think about that. Now that I got my report developed, what do I do with it? Where do I put it? How my people access that? So you have to go to Power BI service.
Yes.
Then you need to create your gateway, your data flow, security. So Power BI is not report development at all. It's an ecosystem. We are having now Power Apps and Power Automate and Charticulator. Power BI is rapidly growing like mad. I don't know nothing about Power Apps, and I got courses, but let me 1 second. I'm gonna concentrate where I'm learning right now. I wanna get better at this, and then I will take on Power Apps, and then Power Automate, because there are expert people that do Power App, but they don't do Power BI. So that's the teamwork. That's the team. That when you have your Daxer, I call the people from Daxer. Okay. Yeah. You got the report, the visualization guy, then you have another expertise. You got the people that go to the company and get the data for the databases, adopt a system. So that is teamwork. Everyone with a specialization. Pick yours. Report development is just the tip of the iceberg, but it what tourists go to see. The iceberg, and the see, when you go to see an iceberg, you see the tip, and that's what you want to see. It doesn't matter what is below. I know it's very important. We know it's very important, but you are looking, or you want to look, it's a proper, good-looking report. Maybe it's unimportant, but that's what people look at.
Oh, wow! Thanks a lot. This is a lot of it. In fact,
thank you. Thank you. No, thank you to you.
Session with you today, and I'm sure everybody has enjoyed it. I've taken a lot of learning points, apart from even learning from what you showed us, tips here, things that I didn't know. I really like. That was the first thing I mentioned when I saw it. I was like, "Oh, this is Power BI." You said yes. You said it's a wallpaper. Yes. So a lot of tricks you've shown us. We're very grateful. And we hope that, maybe another time in the future.
I wanted, because I wanted today to give an overview of everything for the young guys to know, listen, guys, not just report development, it become a bit more than just that. But next time we can prepare a report from scratch.
Oh, awesome.
that would be nice. Or talk about Power People and
Wow, that would be
Power
great.
People and that. Power People, Power Query and that. That is up to you. I'm very thankful. Thank you for inviting me into your houses. Guys, I hope you enjoy it. It's my first presentation on Power BI, so I hope that people enjoy it. And
someone maybe wants to say something. I saw a hand. Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hello, good day, everybody.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say a very big thank you to you, Federico. I learned a lot. I'm a data analyst enthusiast, and I'm really happy to learn from your journey. That's all. I raised my hand, but I brought it down again because I know that, this is something every other person has also mentioned. So thank you so much. And I've already joined the community, and I hope to learn from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Without the support I had received from what I call followers connection, I wouldn't be here neither. So thank you to you guys for giving me the strength and the inspiration to keep going. Sometimes I say, well, I am doing this, I'm not making any money, blah, 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 blah. But I got a connection, I got a family, a community family now. When I wake up in the morning and somebody is telling me, Federico, do you know how to sort this out? That for me is quite inspiring. So no, thank you to you guys indeed.
Wow. Thanks a lot. So bye-bye from us.
Bye. Okay.
And everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye, and thank you, Federico.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
everybody.